Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be breaking down the Rams-Bills kickoff game of the NFL season. Before we get started, please drop a quick like and a sub on today's video. That would really help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate that. That said, let's dive right into the video, and I hope you enjoy. So big win for the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen and company getting it done. Allen throwing for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Played a really solid game overall. And one of those interceptions wasn't his fault. In the first half, hits his receiver in the hands. But overall, I really liked what I saw from the Bills, both on offense and on defense. And I'll get to the Rams in a bit. Firstly, throwing the football, they were electric. Stefon Diggs having some big plays, had a big touchdown. Gabe Davis, doing what he does best, efficiency and touchdowns, right? Had a touchdown, was very efficient through the air. But Josh Allen got some other guys involved too. Jameson Crowder had a couple looks. Zach Moss out of the backfield. Isaiah McKenzie, Devin Singletary had a couple touches as a pass catcher. And I would like to see Dawson Knox get the ball a little bit more if I was the Bills. But overall, very balanced effort throwing the football. The running game, hasn't been great for the Buffalo Bills over the past couple of years, and that was continuously, a point of emphasis over the past couple of offseasons. Can we find a true running game with a running back? And, they gave Devin Singletary a couple touches. They gave Zach Moss a couple touches. They gave James Cook a couple touches. Cook ended up fumbling on his first ever rushing attempt. But once again, it was Josh Allen being the guy, right? Carrying the football with his legs, and he had a touchdown on the ground. Overall, really solid performance from this offense. They looked in total control, and I think that they're going to have a really fantastic season. And then defensively, they were disruptive. The guy I really want to point out was Jordan Phillips, getting into the middle of that Rams backfield and just being a difference maker. Former Dolphin, former Cardinal defensive tackle. I think he's going to be a big piece for this Bills defense this season. But also Von Miller, multiple sacks in his Bills debut. The pressure was electric here, and especially with the Rams offensive line that has been pretty solid in previous seasons. Yeah, they lost to Andrew Whitworth, but nonetheless, this is a very solid O-line. I thought the pressure that this defense was able to get, and that's going to be a big thing for them, right? How much pressure can they get? That's been the issue in the past couple of years, especially a team that wants to play so much nickel, so many defensive looks with many corners. They've got to find pressure with 4 or 5 rushers, and they were really able to do that in this game, and that's really the reason that they were able to win this game, paired with some good offensive play, even after having 3 or I think maybe 4 turnovers. This game was wild turnover-wise. But now we look at the Rams. Matthew Stafford, not his finest day. The interceptions were kind of questionable at times. A couple high balls, a couple questionable throws. He didn't really look completely like himself. He made a couple nice throws, but overall, it didn't look like the Matthew Stafford from last year. He looked sloppy. And more importantly, the running game was really curious. We were expecting to see a lot of Cam Akers, but we didn't really see anything from Cam Akers. He barely touched the football, really, and that really goes to question, who is the Rams' RB1? Is it Akers? Is it Darrell Henderson? What's going on here? Because Henderson touched the ball a lot, and sure, he wasn't very efficient, but he had a couple nice runs, had a big run in the first half to set up the Rams' touchdown. But, through the air, it was more of the same from last year, just Cooper Kupp being the workload. If you have him in fantasy, he is the guy. 13 catches, 130 yards pretty much, touchdown. Just an electric performance from him. I should have drafted him. I had the first overall pick in my league. I took Jonathan Taylor. Still a great pick. I'm not going to be complaining, I think. But Cooper Kupp, I had him last year. He was absolutely fantastic. But another question mark that I saw was, how did they get Allen Robinson involved? They paid a nice sum of money to get him in the building after losing Robert Woods this offseason. But, he really only got targeted once. And there wasn't much there. I mean, Ben Skoranek had a bigger impact on him. On this offense. I like the way they involved Tyler Higbee. He's going to be a big part of this offense this season. But find Allen Robinson the ball, and that offense is going to have a lot more success. But, Matthew Stafford was not getting a lot of time in the pocket. That offensive line's got to do a lot better job. And then defensively, I thought that they actually played pretty well overall. They got burned a couple times. Jalen Ramsey got burned on that play play where Diggs kind of ran past him for the touchdown. I think he just misread that situation. But they were opportunistic when they could, and especially, picking footballs off and causing turnovers, very good in that department. I would have liked to seen a little bit more pressure. I think that was something that's really hard against Buffalo, just because Josh Allen's really mobile, so it's very scary to blitz, because if he breaks through a blitz, then he's gone, right? He's gone for a touchdown. But overall, I think that this Rams team, they looked, especially in the second half. I thought the first part of the first half, they did not look good. They start to build back into it, tied it up at halftime, and then as soon as the second half started, they just I don't know where they were. I don't know where they came out of I don't know where they were. They didn't look engaged. They didn't look in the game, and the Bills were able to run right through them, scoring 3 unanswered touchdowns to really make the gap a considerable margin where the Rams weren't getting back into this one. So overall, big win for the Bills. They're going to have Tennessee next week, I want to say, which, that should be a breeze for them. They're playing some fantastic football right now, and this is just Josh Allen doing his thing, the Bills defense doing his thing. This Bills team is for legit. They are scary. If you're the Rams, though, it's not time to panic yet, right? You're playing one of the better teams in the NFL. It was definitely a test. They failed, but they're going to have to get back into it if they want to try and lift the Lombardi once again this season.
And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya.